And we are live in Brewton, Alabama as the Coastal Alabama North Coyotes face off against Gulf Coast State Commodores. Coyotes are looking for their third victory in the last 5 non-conference games, while the Commodores coming in with a 9-1 record in their last 10 games. On Dallas Rinsey with the call. Starting lineups are about to be announced for both the Commodores and the Coyotes. Should be a great day of baseball. Only one game on schedule today. It'll be a 9-inning game here in Brewton, Alabama. But for now, we'll send it to a commercial break and be back for the starting lineups to be announced here in Brewton.
Your starting lineup for your Gulf Coast State Commodores. Batting first, playing shortstop, number 8, Jack Reynolds. Batting second, playing center field, number 23, Michael Gupton. Batting third, playing first base, number 25, Jeremy Todd. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 21, Cole Horton. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 6, Drew Prosick. Batting sixth, your DH, number 20, Jacob Payne. Batting 7th, playing third base, number 9, Brant Boschum. Batting 8th, catching, number 19, Colton Wombles. Batting 9th, playing left field, number 10, Banks Byers. And your starting pitcher is Ezekiel Rojas, number 4. Now your starting lineup for your Coastal Alabama Coyotes. Batting first, playing shortstop, number 13, Kyle Blevins. Batting second, playing first base, number 20, Tyler Wave. Batting third, playing second base, number 8, Trevor Allen. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 18, Trent Nelson. Batting fifth, playing right field, number 9, Javian Reeves. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 6, Sebastian Harden. Batting seventh, your catcher, number 10, Zane Steele. Batting eighth, your DH, number 3, Cameron Belzer. Batting ninth, playing left field, number 22, Gavin Moran. And your starting pitcher is number 27, CJ Bush. Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
And our starting pitcher for today's game, just one 9-inning game today for the Coastal North Coyotes. It'll be number 27, C.J. Bush, as he will be making his second appearance on the mound. His first start of the year. This will be his first start since the 10-4 victory against Faulkner Junior Varsity last week on February 15th, where he had 1 inning of work with 3 strikeouts. He'll get the nod here in the game here against Gulf Coast State, as the Commodores come in with a record of 13-1 under head coach Tyler Yunder, while the Coyotes come in with a record of 3-7, all non-conference games. They look for their first victory at home, just only their second game played here in Brewton this year to start 2023-2024 season. As we'll take a look at the Coyotes out in the field, behind the plate will be number 10, Zane Steele. Number 20, Tyler Wave, will be at first base. Trevor Allen, number 8, will be at second. Kyle Blevins at short. Trent Nelson at third base. In the outfield for the Coyotes, Gavin Moran, number 22, will be in left. Sebastian Harden in center field. And Reeves, number 9, will be in right field for the Coyotes. Cameron Belzer, number 13, will be the designated hitter for the Coyotes, as they're looking for their 4th victory of the season and their first home win of the year, as they face off against Mississippi Gulf Coast a couple weeks ago and lost our home opener. We'll see if they're able to make it up here today, as C.J. Bush is done with his warm-up pitches. Coyotes will be in all white today. Commodores will be in blue with gray bottoms. as the Commodores will bring in number 8, Jack Reynolds, to lead things off here for the Commodores. As Reynolds having a phenomenal start to the year, 3 home runs and 12 RBIs with a .333 batting average. He is second on the team in hits as the first pitch will be downstairs. And we're underway here in Brewton with 15 base hits for Jack Reynolds. Also has 6 doubles on the year. A very good offensive team for the Commodores coming into today's game. Count will start out 1-0 as Bush, as this will be driven out to right field, and a nice diving catch into right field by Reeves in right. 2 pitches, and we get our first out here in the first inning. What a phenomenal catch by Reeves in right field. Hard hit ball right there from Jack Reynolds. It'll be out number 1 here in the top of the first. As it'll bring up number 23, Michael Gupton, the starting center fielder for the Commodores. And that is the first non-strikeout out for C.J. Bush this season. He pitched in 1 inning so far this year, had 3 strikeouts. He gets a fly-out catch into right field by Reeves. As count will start out 0-1 here to Gupton with Jeremy Todd on deck for Gulf Coast State. This will be ripped down the left field line, and it'll be a fair ball as this will go all the way to the wall in left. And it'll be extra base here for Michael Gupton. And he's got himself a 1-out double. And for Gupton, that will be his 4th double of the year. He also has 3 triples. And the Commodores have their first base runner of today's game here in the top of the first. It'll be a 9-inning game, not 7 that we're usually accustomed to. Michael Gupton with a double into left field brings up Jeremy Todd. We'll take a look at the starting batting order for the Commodores here in the top of the first inning. It'll be Jack Reynolds, Michael Gupton, Jeremy Todd to lead things off 1, 2, and 3. Cole Horton will be batting cleanup, followed by Drew Prosek. As that first pitch will be downstairs, Jacob Payne will be right behind him as a designated hitter, followed by Brent Botcom, Colton Wombles, and then Baines Byers. That's your starting 9 for the Commodores here in Brewton. Runner on at second, Jeremy Todd trying to notch in the first run of the game. That pitch will be downstairs, and it will be 2-0 here to Jeremy Todd. .378 batting average with 12 RBIs, no home runs on the year, but having a phenomenal start to the year with 17 base hits, 4 doubles. Cole Horton, number 21 on deck. Beautiful day here in Brewton. C.J. Bush trying to get out of this pickle, as that is a good pitch right there to make it 2-1. And his 2nd inning of work this season. Jeremy Todd playing at first base today for the Commodores as they look for their 10th victory in their last 11 games. Taking off for third. The throw to third is in time. A phenomenal throw from Zane Steele to his third baseman, Trent Nelson. And they're able to get Michael Gupton out at third base. And it also was a strike 2, also to Jeremy Todd. So now 2 up, 2 down, 2-2. C.J. Bush is a strike away from sending this game to the bottom of the first inning. But what a phenomenal throw from Zane Steele behind the plate to get Michael Gupton out at third base. And Bush's pitch will be upstairs. It'll be a full count. Cole Horton on deck, the cleanup hitter. Starting in now with a Jack Reynolds fly out to right field. Michael Gupton with a double down the left field line. And then was thrown out at third base just a couple moments ago. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Will be a ground ball to second to Trevor Allen. And Allen will flip it over to first. A double for Michael Gupton and the Commodores, but they remain scorers as we head to the bottom of the first here in Brewton. Welcome back here to Brewton as we take a look at the starting batting order for the Coyotes. Here today against the Commodores, it'll be Kyle Blevins, Tower Wave, and Trevor Allen to lead things off, followed by Trent Nelson batting cleanup. Reeds will be right behind him with Sebastian Harden, Zane Steele, Cameron Besler will be the designated hitter batting 8th, and then Gavin Moran to clean it up here in the bottom of the first inning for the Coyotes. Kyle Blevins to lead things off as they face off against the ace, the freshman sensation right-handed pitcher Ezekiel Rojas. First pitch, it will be a little blooper over to second base to Drew Brosek. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting number 20, Tyler Wave.
As it will be Tower Wave up next to bat. As we'll take a look at the starting pitcher stats for Ezekiel Rojas, freshman right-handed pitcher making his 6th appearance on the mound. This will be his 3rd start this season. And 2 pitches, possibly 2 outs, as this will be a fly out to left center field. Caught there by Michael Gupton. And that'll be 2 quick outs right there. Blevins with a fly out to Prosek, and then Wade with a fly out to left center field. Gupton with the catch, and now number 8, Trevor Allen, will come in. 3 wins this year for Ezekiel Rojas, 1 save, 18 innings of work. And this will be the longest at bat of this bottom of the first for the Coyotes. 8 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 19 strikeouts to 9 walks, a 1.50 ERA. As this will be a fly ball over to the right field and foul. But 2 quick outs to Blevins and Wave as Trevor Allen will step in. As Rojas looking for his 4th victory on the mound. 1-1 pitch is going to be in for strike number 2. No, it'll be upstairs. 2-1 here to Trevor Allen. And he'll foul this one off as Allen this season with 12 base hits leads the team in that department with 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs with a .387 batting average. Also has 2 stolen bases on the year. Just a great start for the Coyotes offensively, and he continues his offensive success as he hits a single into left center field to Gupton. And the Coyotes have their first base hit of today's game.
Up to bat, number 18, Trent Nelson.
As he'll bring up number 18, Trent Nelson. As Trevor Allen's able to get his 13th base hit of the season. Leads the team. That was his 32nd at bat this year. As the first pitch will be upstairs to Trent Nelson, number 18, with Reeves, number 9, on deck for the Coyotes. Nelson with a 154 batting average, 4 RBIs on the year through the first 10 games. Taking off is Allen, as this will be a fly ball to deep left field. Byers has to cover his eyes to see if he can find the ball. He cannot, and Trevor Allen's going to easily come in the score, as it will be an RBI double for Trent Nelson in left field, as Byers had a hard time trying to track the ball and completely misplayed it. That'll go down as a base hit for the Coyotes. It was going to be a routine flyout to left field to end the inning, but it'll be a 1-0 lead here for the Coyotes here in the bottom of the first inning. And it'll bring up number 9, Reeves, with a runner on second with 2 outs. And it'll be a ground ball down the right field line. Will it stay fair? No, it will not. And luckily for Reeves, he'll have a second life at this at-bat. Reeves with just 1 RBI on the year, 176 batting average with 3 base hits. He's come around and scored twice this year for Coastal North. But what an ideal start for Coastal Alabama North, as that pitch will be downstairs. 1-1 here to Reeves with Sebastian Harden, their center fielder, on deck. Commodores with a great start with a double with 1 out, as this will be a ground ball to second to Prosek. And that will retire the side. But an RBI double by Trent Nelson into left field is able to bring home Trevor Allen. Coyotes have a 1-0 lead as we head to the second here on JockJive. Back here for the second inning, we got a new pitcher on the mound for the Coyotes. It'll be number 21, Jake Ryan, making his third appearance on the mound. He has 1 inning of work. He's allowed 1 base hit. But a couple of pitchers that have not seen a lot of action on the pitcher's mound getting the nod here in this one, as it was just 1 inning of work for number 27, C.J. Bush. He allowed 1 base hit, which was a double to Michael Gupton. Was able to get a fly out and a ground out. Scoreless top of the first inning. We'll see what Ryan's able to do here in the top of the second. Got some help offensively with an RBI double by Trent Nelson. Coyotes with 2 base hits so far. Off the ace for the Commodores, Ezekiel Rojas. As he concludes his warm-up pitches, and we're about to be underway here in the top of the second. Cole Horton, Drew Prosett, and Jacob Payne to lead things off here for the Commodores. Couple of quick at-bats on both sides so far here in the early goings of this ball game. Cole Horton will step in here for the Commodores, and we'll take a look at our opponent profile after this at-bat as Ryan delivers his first pitch. Here in this one, it'll be swung on and miss from Cole Horton. With Drew Prosett on deck for the Commodores, looking for their second base hit. Second base runner, they had Michael Gupton at second in the top of the first inning, and then he was thrown out at third base trying to steal. As that pitch will be downstairs, just a phenomenal throw from Zane Steele behind the plate, and a good tap from Trent Nelson in left at third base. 1-1 here to Horton, as he rips one into the gap into left center field. This one could possibly go all the way to the wall. No, it'll be cut off there by Harden. The throw to second is in time. Sebastian Harden to Trevor Allen for out number 1. Great defense from the Coyotes in the early goings of this one, as they're able to throw out Cole Horton at second. It's going to be a base hit, but an out at second base for out number 1, as they'll bring up Drew Prosett, the starting second baseman, who made the final out of the bottom of the first inning. But great defense from the Coyotes so far. It'll go down as a base hit for the Commodores, but no base runner to show for it. 0-1 count. Each team with 2 base hits. Offense starting to fly for both teams. That pitch will be outside. 1-1. Take a look at our opponent profile, the Gulf Coast State Commodores. 13-1 overall record. They're in Division I Panhandle Conference. They're in the same division as Pensacola State, Chipola, Northwest Florida, and Tallahassee Community College. As this is ripped down the right field line, but this will go foul. They'll make it 1-2 here to Drew Prosett with Jacob Payne on deck. Very good offensive team. 88 runs, a .290 batting average as a team, .407 on base percentage as a team, and they've hit 10 home runs this year with a .451 slugging percentage. Ryan delivers 1-2 pitch. Just getting a piece of that was Prosett. And the only loss for the Commodores was against Walters State Community College on February 9th. Besides that, they've been absolutely perfect this year. The leading hitter is number 23, Michael Gupton. He's tied for the team leading home runs with 3, but also leads in the RBI department with 16. Has a double today for the Commodores that came in the first inning. 1-2 pitches inside, almost connected with Prosett. Well, we'll see another pitch at this about at 2-2. .302 batting average with 6 RBIs for number 6 Prosett. 2-2 pitch. Just getting a piece of that. And the at-bat will continue here. 13 base hits for Prosett. They have 6 batters in their lineup that have multiple base hits, or double digits, I should say, in base hits. And they're all at the top of the batting order for the Commodores. 2-2 pitch once again downstairs. And it'll be a full count here to Prosett. The only at bat here is Jacob Payne awaits his opportunity here. This will be the second batter of this at-bat, or second batter of this inning for the Commodores. 3-2 pitch. Inside. It was going to be ball four either way. And it'll be a one-out walk here for the Commodores with one out here in the top of the second. And Commodores have also scored 88 runs so far through 14 games. They have played the majority of their games in neutral site places. They've only played a handful of games on the road. This counts as a road game. They have yet to play at home this year. That first pitch, did he hold up his swing? Yes, he did. Jacob Payne, the designated hitter, will check in. He's only played in 4 games this year for the Commodores with a .273 batting average and 2 RBIs. He'll get the nod here in only one 9-inning game for the Coyotes and Commodores. That pitch will be right down the middle for strike number 1. Good-looking pitch right there from Ryan. With Prosek on at first, Coyotes would love a double play to send this one to the bottom of the second. It was a one-out walk to Prosek. Could have runners at first and second without the spectacular outfield play by Sebastian Harden in center field. It's a bullpen game today for the Coyotes. They're going to need all the defense they can get as this will find its way into right field. A little chopper that sneaks in there, and the throw to second will be offline as Blevins had to make sure it did not make it all the way to third. But it will be a one-out single here for Jacob Payne, and that will be his 4th hit of the season. As it'll bring up Brant Bottom, number 9. Runners at first and second with one out, as the Commodores are able to collect their 3rd base hit here in the early goings of today's game. And Bottom, sophomore infielder, 184 batting average, 1 home run, and 5 RBIs. A good power bat so far for the Commodores. For a team that's hit 10 home runs so far, 88 runs scored, as they look for their 14th victory of the season. All in non-conference games for Gulf Coast State. But Prosek is going to be on at second. Jacob Payne with a one-out single is on at first for Gulf Coast State. 1-0 pitch. Just getting a piece of that, and it'll be fouled off from Botcom as Colton Wombles is on deck. Batting 7th in the batting order for Gulf Coast State. But you cannot complain about the weather today. Just absolutely perfect skies here in Brewton, Alabama, for a big non-conference game between Commodores and Coyotes. 1-1 is the count. Ryan keeping a close eye to the runner at second, as that one connects in the bottom right-hand corner of the strike zone. 1-2. We have yet to have a single strikeout between the two teams so far. Bottom playing in third base today. 1-2 pitch from Ryan. Would love a strikeout, but this one will be over the glove of Kyle Blevins. He'll find his way into left field, but not deep enough to score the runner from second. And the bases are loaded here for the Commodores with one out. Bottom with a single, and Commodores with 3 base hits so far here in this second inning. And it'll draw our first mound visit for either side with one out, as it'll bring up Wombles. Bottom able to collect his 8th base hit of the season. First time in this game we've had the bases loaded. And after the mound visit, see, they're going to stick with Jack Ryan on the mound. Very quick top of the first inning. Unless something drastic happens with this at-bat, could be in for a very long inning here for the top of the second. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Colton Wombles, the opposite catcher. Wamos with a golden opportunity here. Just only 2 RBIs on year with a .294 batting average. He has 5 hits and 2 doubles. And the first pitch he'll take downstairs, not far enough to score Prosek from third base, just underneath Zane Steele, number 10. Prosek is on at third. Jacob Payne is on at second. Brant Bodcom is on at first base for Gulf Coast State. Bates Byers is on deck for the Commodores. Almost trying to take advantage of this huge opportunity. And that pitch is going to be just downstairs. 2-0 hitters count here for Wombles. He's been walked 4 times this season as well with 1 stolen base. Trying to at least tie the game as that pitch will be outside and nowhere to go here for Ryans. We'll see how aggressive Wombles will be here on this 3-0 pitch. Another ball and the game will be tied here in the top of the second. Ryan's 3-0 pitch is in for strike number 1. A pitch he definitely needed right there to keep the at-bat alive. 3-1, still a huge opportunity for Wombles. This will be at-bat number 18 on the year. He's only played in 6 games out of the 14. That one's going to be in for strike 2. Wombles was on his way to first base, and it catches the bottom right-hand corner. And we got ourselves in a bat here at 3-2 to Wombles. With 1 out, bases loaded. Commodores already with 3 base hits. Here in this top of the second. 3-2 pitch. It's going to be fouled off. And it'll go straight out of play. We'll see another pitch at this at bat.
Come on, Jake.
Prosek lost the bat, or Prosek won the battle against Ryans on a 3-2 pitch. We'll see what Wombles is going to do right here. Very long at bat with the bases loaded. Who will come out victorious? As this will be a fly ball to center field. Might be deep enough to score a run. Sebastian Harden with the catch. Runners tag from third and second. And it is going to be an RBI sac fly. No one's covering second base. The slide in at second in time. And it'll be a 1-1 tie with runners at third and second now with 2 outs after the RBI sac fly from Wombles. As sliding in safely was number 9, Brant Botcom. Taking advantage of the mistake from the Coyotes out in the field, as Blevins had to go the full distance to try to get the tag out at second to end the inning. And now it's the number 9 hitter, Bates Byers, the left fielder. With runners at third and second with 2 outs, we got ourselves a 1-1 tie. And he swings and misses on the first pitch. Byers has the most at-bats on the Commodores roster. This will be at-bat number 51 through 14 games. That pitch will be inside, 1-1. 14 base hits, 4 doubles. Only has 3 RBIs. Looking for his first home run of the year. Has 1 stolen base with a .280 batting average. Runners at third and second. Prosek came in the score off the RBI sac fly from Wombles, which will be his 3rd RBI of the year. Very long at bat, and he's able to come away with an RBI. 1-1 pitch. It's going to be downstairs, 2-1. We've had 3 base hits, 1 walk, and RBI sac fly so far for Gulf Coast State. Coyotes have made it tough on the Commodores to score early so far. That one will connect. Good looking pitch right there from Ryans. Evens it up at 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the second. Coyotes will have Harden, Steele, and Bessler to lead things off in the bottom half of the second. Will they go into the bottom of the second with a tie or a deficit? 2-2 pitch. Downstairs. Good block right there from Steele behind the plate. And it'll be 3-2. The 3rd at bat of this inning has run full. Jack Reynolds is on deck. A fly out to right field. They definitely do not want to bring up the very dangerous leadoff hitter in this golden opportunity in the second. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and miss. And they'll leave runners stranded at third and second. As we head to the bottom of the second, we're not up at 1 between the Commodores and Coyotes, live here on JockJive.
Now batting number 26, Sebastian Harden.
Ezekiel Rojas back in for another inning of work. Commodores were able to tie it up with an RBI sac fly from Colton Wumbles. We'll see what the Coyotes will come up with this scenario, as it'll be Harden, Steele, and Bessler to lead things off for the Coyotes. That'll be a first pitch strike. And Sebastian Harden, .263 batting average, 1 home run, and 6 RBI so far to start the year through 10 games. He's only played in 7 of the 10 games, but this will be at bat number 20 on the year. Has 1 double off of 5 hits. 1-1 pitch will be chopped down the left field line, but go foul. Zane Steele on deck number 10. Very long top of the second, but Ryans was able to get a big strikeout to leave runners stranded at third and second. And that's why we remain 1-1. So that pitch will be downstairs, 2-2. Coyotes already with 2 base hits. And they got a little bit of luck into left field as Byers could not track down the ball in left field. Swung on a miss, and Rojas is able to get his first strikeout of the game, striking out Sebastian Harden.
Zane Steele.
As both teams with a strikeout, Ryans was able to collect a strikeout in that top of the second. Rojas with his first, and he delivers a first pitch strike once again to number 10, Zane Steele. Steele with 1 home run, 4 RBIs, a .250 batting average, 0-1 pitch, and Rojas is pitching quick. Here in the bottom of the second with 1 out, bases empty. Steele has played in all 10 games, has 6 base hits, and has 1 double. A little swing and miss right there, making 1 and 2 with 1 out. It's Rojas looking for his second strikeout in a row, 1-2 pitch. As soon as he gets a signal from the home plate umpire, he immediately is going through his progression and delivering the pitch. 2-2 here to Steele. Foul tip. And will hit the dirt after a good block right there from Colton Wobbles. It'll be 2-2 remain here to Zane Steele. Steele trying to give the Coyotes back the lead here against the ace of Gulf Coast State. So that pitch will be upstairs. Good take right there from Steele, make it 3-2. starting catcher for the Coyotes, made a big play at third in the first inning. And he takes that pitch upstairs, and it'll be a one-out walk here in the second. And that will be the third time this season Zane Steele has been walked. And it brings up the designated hitter, Besler. Cameron Besler coming up with a runner on first with one out. As he hits a ground ball, nicely played by the first baseman. He fires the second, throw to the first. And it'll be a double play to end the inning. Nicely played there from Jeremy Todd to Jack Reynolds. And then Ezekiel Rojas covering the first base bag for the double play. As we're heading to the third inning, we're knotted up at 1 here in Brewton. Back here for the top of the third inning, 1-1 between the Commodores and the Coyotes. It was a 3-6-1 double play to end the bottom of the second. Nicely played by Jeremy Todd to Jack Reynolds to Ezekiel Rojas to end the inning. Coyotes left a runner stranded as the first pitch will be outside. Top of the batting order here for the Commodores, as it will be Jack Reynolds, Michael Gupton, and Jeremy Todd to lead things off. Jack Reynolds was robbed of a base hit into right field after a phenomenal catch by Reeves and Wright. That pitch will be outside, and we have our third different pitcher on the mound for the Coyotes. It will be number 35, Bryson Howard, a sophomore pitcher coming into this one, as he connects for his first strike. Making his fourth appearance on the mound with just over 2 innings of work. A 3.86 ERA. He's allowed 5 hits, 1 earned run, and has 1 strikeout with 1 walk. A ground ball that sneaks into center field. Nice diving play from Allen, but he's unable to come away with it. It'll find its way to Sebastian Harden, and it'll be a leadoff single here for Jack Reynolds. As Reynolds will not be robbed of a base hit this time. Starts it off on the right note here, and it'll be Michael Gupton, who lined a double down the left field line his last time up. He was thrown out at third in the top of the first. He has a runner on at first with no outs, as the Commodores look for their first lead of today's game. And the first pitch is going to be upstairs for ball number 1. As we'll take a look at the recap from Sunday at John Melvin for the Coyotes. It was a doubleheader sweep for John Melvin, as this is going to be fouled off from Gupton. Game 1 was a 9-2 loss in 7 innings. John Melvin scored 5 runs in the second inning. Zane Steele, however, had a home run with 2 RBIs in the loss. And game number 2, it was a 3-1 loss for the Coyotes. Coyotes led for the majority of that game 1-0 until John Melvin walked it off in the ninth with 3 runs. Kyle Blevins was credited with the RBI. He went 1 for 3 in that game. But Coyotes looking for their 4th victory of the season. Currently at 2-1. This is the count as that pitch will be upstairs and it'll be 3-1 right here. 3-1 pitch, dangerous pitch coming up here to Michael Gupton. With the speed, Jack Reynolds on base. 3-1 pitch is going to be upstairs. Back-to-back base runners here for the Commodores here in the third. And that'll be the second walk of the game issued by the Coastal North pitcher so far here in the third inning. As Jeremy Todd will come up, a ground out to second, which ended the first inning. And the first pitch, he'll take it downstairs. Chad Reynolds is on at second. Michael Gupton is on at first. Gupton with a double and a walk so far. Reynolds 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Todd looking for his first base hit. And he's going to take that one downstairs. Losing command so far is Howard on the mound, number 35. So it looks like every single inning we possibly will see a new pitcher on the mound for the Coyotes. Started out with C.J. Bush. Had Jack Ryan surrender 1 run in the second, but was able to leave runner stranded at third and second with a strikeout to retire the side. As this will be lifted into deep right field. Backing up is Reeves, and Reeves is able to make the catch on his knees. Tagging up is Reynolds. Reynolds easily will be safe at third. Runners will be on the corners with 1 out here in the third inning, but a phenomenal catch by Reeves in right field. As you can tell early, all the outfielders having a very tough time tracking the ball. We saw a mistake from the left fielder Byers and left in the bottom of the first inning where Nelson easily could have been flown out into left field to end the inning. But it was a misplay in left that resulted in an RBI double, and Coyotes took the lead. But with 1 out, Commodores knocking on the door once again. As that first pitch will be outside for ball 1. As it'll be Cole Horton, who almost had a double in the second inning, but was thrown out at second after a phenomenal play from Sebastian Harden in center. 1-0 pitch. He's going to take that one in for strike number 1. As Howard trying to settle things down here in the top of the third. Runners on the corners. Chad Reynolds on at third. Michael Gupton is still at first base. 1-1 here for Howard. He would love a double play to send us to the bottom of the third. As this will be lifted into left field. Will this be deep enough here for Reynolds? Harden makes a catch. Harden's going to fire home, and Reynolds is able to beat it. It will be an RBI sac fly, and the Commodores have their first lead of the game. Cole Horton with an RBI sac fly. And that's how the Commodores have scored their first 2 runs of this game. As it brings up the second baseman, Drew Prosek, with Gupton still on at first with 2 outs. Gulf Coast State with a 2-1 lead. They have 5 hits so far. As this will be lifted into left field. Foul territory. And in and out of the glove of Moran in left. And they're going to call it a foul ball. Moran had an opportunity to make the catch in left. Well, luckily it dropped foul, or where he made contact with the ball was in foul territory. Good ruling there from the home plate umpire to make sure that it was not going to be called a fair ball. But it'll be a long strike number 1 there for Prosek. And for Cole Horton with that RBI sac fly, that will be his 6th of the season. So that pitch will be downstairs. It'll be 1-1 here. To Proced looking for his first base hit as well. A walk back in that second inning. Came in the score. Jacob Payne, number 20, is on deck for Gulf Coast State. 1-1 to count here with 2 outs. So that pitch will be downstairs. Another good block from Zane Steele behind the plate. It makes it 2-1 right now. Howard trying to limit the damage. He's allowed 1 base hit. That was to the leadoff hitter, Jack Reynolds, who came and scored off that RBI sac fly. Good looking pitch, but it's just going to be upstairs to make it 3-1. Brissett trying to get on base once again here for the Commodores. As you're watching ACCC Baseball live on JockJive Sports. 3-1 pitch. It'll be upstairs, and it'll be a 2-out walk to put runners at first and second. And Brissett walked for the second straight at bat. Was walked in the second, walked here in the third. Brings up Jacob Payne, who had a chopper to right field his first time up. Has a chance to extend the lead here for Gulf Coast State. With Michael Gupton on at second, Prosek on at first. The first pitch connects for strike number 1. But 5 base hits as a team for Gulf Coast State. Their second time around in the batting order. Coyotes still have one more man that has not seen or faced off against Ezekiel Rojas. That will connect downstairs. 1-1 here. Payne was able to collect his 4th base hit of the season on his last at bat. Howard trying to settle down. He's walked 2 batters so far in this inning. On deck is Brant Botcom, number 9. 2-1 here. The bases have been loaded once so far for the Commodores. And Payne will not test that one out, and it'll be 3-1. Howard with a couple of misses upstairs. 3-1 hitters count here to Jacob Payne. It's Howard trying to not load the bases up for a second straight inning in a row. That pitch will connect. It'll be 3-2. Runners will be going here with 2 outs. And you can just tell this is a big pitch here in the top of the 3rd inning. Coyotes will a little bit of offense, but they know that this is a very good Gulf Coast State offense. And if you're able to go into the bottom of the 3rd, only trailing by 1 and only allowing 2 runs so far off of sac flies, it'll be a big win. As this will be a base hit to left field. Gupton's going to easily come in the score, and the throw to 3rd will not be in time. There'll be runners on the corners. RBI signal from Jacob Payne drives in Michael Gupton, and the Commodores have a 3-1 lead here in the 3rd. And that will be base hit number 6 of the day for the Commodores. And it belongs to Jacob Payne, a 2-hit game for the designated hitter. As Brant Botcom will come up. A single to left center field his first time up. Still work to be done here in the top of the 3rd for Howard and the Coyotes. And the first pitch connects for strike number 1. Jacob Payne collecting his 3rd RBI of the season and hit number 5 on the year for the Commodores. 3-1 lead, 3 unanswered runs by Gulf Coast State after Coast North took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st. That pitch will go downstairs and it'll be 2-1 here to Botcom. This will be the 6th batter of this inning Howard will face off against. RBI sac fly from Cole Horton gave Commodores the lead. little bit of an insurance run by Jacob Payne. RBI single to left field. Able to drive in Michael Gupton. And now the number 7 hitter. Or I take that back, 7th hitter. The 7th hitter of this inning for the Commodores, since Jack Reynolds was one that led things off. And it's 3-1. Second base is open. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Gulf Coast State. Howard trying not to lose another batter. And he actually hits Brant Botcom. And runners will be on all base pads with 2 outs. And we'll say we're going to have a pitching change here for the Coyotes as the bases are loaded for the second time in this one. And brings up Colton Wombles. Started scoring for the Commodores. And we'll see if there's going to be a pitching change here for Coast North. It looks like there will be. So that will do it for Howard, trying to make it through at least one inning. The first pitcher of the game for the Coyotes that does not make it through an entire inning. We'll see if the bullpen is able to save this inning and keep it a 3-1 lead. We'll be back in just a moment after the warm-up pitches.
Pitching number 24, Grayson Goss.
Still here in the top of the third. It's a 3-1 lead here for the Commodores. Fourth pitcher of the afternoon for the Coyotes. It'll be number 24, Grayson Goss. His first pitch will be upstairs for ball number 1. This will be his third appearance on the mound of the season. Has 1 inning of work as he has allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, and has just 2 earned runs against him with a 3.0 ERA. Bases loaded, tough situation here for Grayson as that pitch will connect. Counts him even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Colton Wombles up next to bat. Number 19, RBI sac fly his last time up. Knotted up at 1 apiece. Back in the top of the second. Now he has another opportunity with the bases loaded here against the Coyotes' fourth pitcher of the afternoon. As it'll be upstairs 2-1. Stats are not over yet for Howard as he's responsible for all the runners on the bases. See what Goss was able to do here. 2-1 with 2 outs. Sats full. And a good pitch right there, but unable to get the call from the home plate umpire, and it'll be 3-1. Nowhere to go here for Goss. Banks Byers, number 10, is on deck. Struck out his last time up. He would love an opportunity with a couple runners in scoring position. Goss needed that pitch, and it'll be fouled off over to the dugout for the Coyotes. It'll be 3-2. Runners will be going with 2 outs. Six hits so far for the Commodores. Not even through 3 innings of play. Goss, 3-2 pitch is downstairs. It'll be a bases loaded walk with 2 outs to extend the lead 4-1. Wombles with another RBI. And it brings up number 9 hitter, Bates Byers. He is the only batter for the Commodores today that has struck out. And he'll bat with a similar situation to Wombles with 2 outs. And the first pitch is going to be in for strike number 1. And that is just the second batter Goss has walked this season. And just his second inning of work. And he is ahead in the count 0-2 here to the number 9 here, Byers, who now leads the team with the most strikeouts at the plate with 16 so far through 14 games. Counts 0-2. We'll see how aggressive Goss is going to be here to the number 9 hitter. Jack Reynolds is on deck. That pitch will be downstairs. And with this at bat, the Commodores have batted their entire batting order here in the 3rd inning. And been able to redshirt 3 runs. RBI sac fly from Cole Horton. RBI single by Jacob Payne. And bases loaded walk from Colton Wombles. And it's 4-1. Byers rips a base hit to left field. 1 run scores. And the second one is going to come in the score as well. It'll be a 2-run single for number 9 here, Bates Byers. And the Commodores have jumped ahead 6-1 here in the 3rd. And a lot of the base hits today for the Commodores have come into left field. And now Jack Reynolds 1 for 2 today. A single that started this inning for the Commodores. Well, that's the bat here against the second pitcher he'll face in this inning. First pitch will be in for strike number 1. It was a great start to that bat to Byers for Grayson Goss. Got ahead 0-2 and then left the pitch over the middle of the plate, and it was an easy base hit to left field for Bates Byers. Count is 0-1. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2. Or 1-1 now. Byers now with 5 RBIs on the year. That was his 15th base hit. Commodores love the production they're having at the bottom of their batting order. Just good complimentary baseball so far by Gulf Coast State. As it's 1-1 here. As this will be hit into the Gavin to right center field. It will drop in for a base hit. And it will be another base hit for Jack Reynolds. And it will be his first RBI of the game to extend the lead to 7-1. And now Jack Reynolds with his 13th RBI of the season. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Gulf Coast State. They found some offensive production in the first 2 innings, getting base hits, but not able to drive in many runs. Well, they have scored 6 runs here in the top of the 3rd, here against the Coyotes. As this will be chopped foul down the left field line. 6-run lead, Michael Gupton. A double into left field his last time up, or back in the first inning. He was thrown out at second. A walk earlier in this inning. He has Jack Reynolds on at first. And Bates Byers on at third base. 0-1 count. That'll connect in for strike 2. That's Jack Reynolds with a 2-hit game, 2 for 3. He was robbed on his first at-bat with a diving catch from Reeves in right field. Other than that, he could have a 3-hit game. This will be a chopper to Blevins. Blevins bobbles it, and he will not have a play at first. And another run will come in the score off the first error of the game for the Coyotes. Extends the lead 8-1 off the error. And the hitting party continues here for the Commodores off the E6. And it brings up Jeremy Todd, who flew out to right field after a nice spectacular catch from Reeves and Wright. Swung on a miss for strike number 1. Still here in the top of the third. It was a tight competitive game through the first 2 innings. Gulf Coast State with a little bit of offense. Second pitcher of this inning for the Coyotes. That pitch will be outside. It'll be 1-1 here to Jeremy Todd. Almost every single hitter in this batting order for Gulf Coast State has a base hit. Jeremy Todd does not have one yet. He's made good contact so far with a ground down and a fly out, but looking for his first base hit. 1-1 pitch. It's going to be inside, 2-1 for Grayson Goss. A bullpen game for the Coyotes. Also a very nice start in the first 2 innings, just allowing 1 run to this very talented Gulf Coast offense. 2-1 pitch, grounded foul down the left field line. Reynolds is on at second. Gupton is on at first. Gupton has been on base all 3 at-bats so far. As this is the second time around in this batting order for Gulf Coast State here in this top of the third. As Jeremy Todd weighs in and he flies one to deep center field. Backing up is Sebastian Harden, and Harden makes the catch in center field to retire the side. 7 runs coming to score for Gulf Coast State. Could have been more, but Sebastian Harden with a nice catch in center field as we're heading to the bottom of the third. Coyotes down by 7. Back here for the bottom of the third. Coyotes surrendering 7 runs in that top of the third. As this will be in for strike number 1. It'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2 for the Coyotes. As it will be Gavin Moran, Kyle Blevins, and Tyler Wave to lead things off. That pitch will be upstairs to even it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. On the second game of the season, Coyotes playing here in Brewton. With a 3-7 record through their first 10 games. 1-1 pitch. It'll be popped up in the air. This will be in fair territory. And that's going to drop in for a base hit for Gavin Moran, as both Jeremy Todd and Colton Wombles were not on the same page. And Jeremy Todd lost complete sight of that ball, and Wombles had to make a diving attempt. He's unable to come away with it. And it'll be a leadoff base runner here for the Coyotes, as it'll bring up Kyle Blevins, who popped out the second his first time up. That was a catch made from Drew Prosek at second, number 6. A runner on first with no outs. Coyotes trying to make a comeback here in Brewton. Again, Ezekiel Rojas back in for his third inning of work, just allowing just 1 run. Runner takes off, and the throw to second is not in time. A stolen base for Gavin Moran, the left fielder. And Gavin Moran, that will be his third stolen base of the season. And hit right back at Rojas. This is going to sneak its way into center field. And runners will be on the corners with no outs. A great start to this inning for the Coyotes. Well hit ball right there from Kyle Blevins, his first hit of the afternoon. And now that'll bring up the left-hand hitter, Tyler Wave, with runners on the corners with no outs. That was just the third hit for the Coyotes here this afternoon. Wave hit a fly ball to center field to Michael Gupton his first time up. Runner goes, the throw to second is going to be offline. It'll be a stolen base for Kyle Blevins. And Coyotes showing their speed on the base paths here in the third. As Blevins able to secure his 5th stolen base of the season. And this will be ripped to right field. It'll be a base hit. This will drive in a run for the Coyotes. RBI single for Tyler Wave. And the Coyotes have cut the deficit to 6. Well, what a phenomenal start for the Coyotes. RBI single for Tyler Wave. And now will bring up the very dangerous hitter for the Coyotes, number 8, Trevor Allen. As the Coyotes tried to cut into the deficit here against Rojas. Throw to first. Coyotes showing their speed on the base paths already with 2 stolen bases from Moran and Blevins. Moran came in the score off the RBI single from Tyler Wave. So that pitch will be downstairs. A good block right there from Colton Wombles. Allen with a single to left field his first time up. That was his 13th base hit of the season. He's got 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. As that one will go downstairs. It'll be a 2-0 hitters count here to Trevor Allen. Trent Nelson, number 18, is on deck, who started scoring for the Coyotes in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-0 pitch. Hit right back at Rojas, but a nice play by Prosek. Flips over to second for 1, and the throw to first is in time for a 4-6-3 double play. A run does come in the score for the Coyotes, but it could have been a lot more, but a nice play by Prosek.
Number 18, Trent Nelson.
And it is 8-3. That's the second double play of the game for the Commodores out in the field. First pitch will be downstairs. A 4-6-3 double play, but it will be an RBI for Trevor Allen. As this will be a line drive catch from Jack Reynolds to retire Trent Nelson. But the Coyotes cut the deficit to 5, a very productive bottom of the third. It's 8-3 Commodores as we head to the 4th inning here in Brewton.
got in a fight over a Cajun queen, and a crashing blow from a huge right hand sent a Louisiana fella to the promised land, Big John. Big Bad John. Then came the day at the bottom of the mine when a timber cracked and men started crying. Miners were praying and hearts beat fast, and everybody thought that they'd breathe their last except John. Through the dust and the smoke of this man-made hell walked a giant of a man that the miners knew well, grabbed a sagging timber and gave out with a groan, and like a giant oak tree just stood there alone, Big John. Big Bad John. And with all of his strength, he gave a mighty shove. Then a miner yelled out.
Now pitching number 19, Lee Rogers.
Three innings are in the books as we start this top of the fourth inning. As it's an 8-3 lead here for the Commodores. As it will be Cole Horton, Drew Persek, and Jacob Payne to lead things off here. As we have our fifth different pitcher of the game for the Coyotes. As it will be number 19, Lee Rogers, a freshman pitcher coming in, making his fourth appearance on the mound. He has 3 innings of work so far. He's only allowed 1 base hit. As that pitch will be outside, it'll be 1-1 here to Horton with an RBI sac fly, his last at bat. He has 3 strikeouts and 1 walk so far for Lee Rogers. Coming in here in the top of the fourth. Swung on a miss for strike number 2. Coyotes with some offense in that bottom half of the third inning. RBI signal from Tyler Wave. Trevor Allen is able to notch in a run off the 4-6-3 double play he hit into. The Coyotes are only down by 5. Can their pitching staff keep it that way? Swung on a miss. A good start to this inning. It'll be a strikeout for Lee Rogers as he blows it by Cole Horton for out number 1. As Drew Prosek will come in for out number 1 with the bases empty. Prosek has been walked twice so far, 1 in the second, 1 in the third inning. Faces off for the first time against Rogers. First pitch will be upstairs for ball number 1. On deck will be Jacob Payne, who has a 2-hit game today against the Coyotes. Good looking pitch, but it'll just sail outside. It'll be 2-0 hitters count here to Prosek, who's had some long at-bats against the Coyotes bullpen today. We'll see if he's able to get something going here as he flies one foul over to the left side. And that strikeout from Lee Rogers is only the second strikeout of the game by the Coyotes pitching staff so far in today's game. The other one came in the second to retire the side. 2-2 now. Good pitch right there from Rogers. Hits right now are 8-4 in favor of the Commodores. Coyotes with a little bit of offense in that bottom of the third with a couple of base hits. Good looking pitch for strike number 3 by Lee Rogers as he strikes out the first 2 batters of this top of the fourth here in Bruton. And it brings up Jacob Payne having a nice afternoon with 2 base hits, RBI single. A single into right field his first time up and a single into left, which is extending the lead for the Commodores. He'll bat here with the base empty with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Rogers firing on all cylinders since coming off the bench. Count 0-1 here to Payne. Payne will let that one go downstairs. Brent Botcom, number 9, is on deck. It's only one 9-inning game today between the Coyotes and the Commodores. 1-1 pitch. It's going to be inside. Good take right there from Jacob Payne. Designated hitter. was able to notch his third RBI in the third inning. 2-1 pitch. A lot of movement on that pitch, but it's inside for ball 3. Commodores have had at least one base runner in every inning so far. Rogers trying to end that, but he's got a battle here, 3-1. It'll be a ground ball. Blevins with a nice play. He'll fire to first. A throw in time. Kyle Blevins with a phenomenal play. And Rudy Rogers gives the Coyotes their first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon as we're heading to the bottom of the fourth. Coyotes down by 5. And it's time to take a look at our player spotlight today. It'll be number 8, Trevor Allen, sophomore mid-infielder with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and a .387 batting average. His 2 home runs came against Pensacola State on the 28th, and his second home run came on February 13th against Jones. So 2 home runs on the year for number 8, Trevor Allen. We had an RBI earlier in this game. But our player spotlight, number 8, Trevor Allen, with 2 home runs on the year. As the first pitch from Rojas back in for his 4th inning of work is in for strike number 1. It'll be hitters 5, 6, 7. This will be a chopper to second to Drew Prosett. He'll flip it over to first for out number 1.
Now batting number 26, Sebastian Harden.
It'll be Harden and Zane Steele, the next 2 batters for the Coyotes after a ground out from Reeves, number 9. Harden with a strikeout his first time up. Looking for his first base hit here against Rojas. So the first pitch will be inside for ball number 1. Coyotes with 4 base hits off Rojas so far today. And the 1-0 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did for strike number 1. Zane Steele, number 10, is on deck. Coyotes scored 2 runs in that bottom half of the 3rd inning. Harden gets hit in the back. A little bit of some discomfort as he'll jog over to first base. A 1-out base runner here for the Coyotes.
Zane Steele.
And that'll be the first batter Rojas has hit today. Now will be the second non-base hit for the Coyotes today. Zane Steele was walked on his previous at-bat. And Sebastian Harden has just been hit by a pitch. The first pitch will zip outside for ball number 1. Zane Steele with a home run this past Sunday. 1 home run and 2 RBIs in the loss to John Melvin in game number 1. They'll fire over to first, keeping a close eye. Sebastian Harden over at first base. Harden does not have a single stolen base so far this year, but that might change here in the situation where Coyotes are down by 5 runs. They had 2 stolen bases in that bottom of the 3rd inning, which resulted in runs. As Zane Steele hits a ground ball, this will find its way to left field for a base hit. First base hit of the game for Zane Steele. Runners are at first and second with 1 out.
Cameron Belzer.
And the Coyotes connect for their 5th base hit of today's game. And it brings up the designated hitter, Belzer, who hit into a 3-6-1 double play, which ended an inning. And he hits a chopper, this one to Reynolds. Reynolds doesn't have a play at second, but fires the first for out number 2. That's all he'll get right there. Runners will advance to third and second with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 15, Cade Kelly.
As it'll be number 15, Cade Kelly, coming up next to bat. He'll be pinch hitting for number 22, Gavin Moran. This will be the 10th at bat of the year for Kelly, as the first pitch will go downstairs. 1 RBI, just having 1 base hit. He has come in and scored 3 runs. 111 batting average so far. And Kelly needs to deliver here for the Coyotes. Runners at third and second with 2 outs. Harden's on at third. And at second is Zane Steele. That one will zip out for another ball at this at bat. But Kelly is batting for Gavin Moran, who singled on his first at bat. Kyle Blevins, number 13, is on deck for the Coyotes. That pitch will be inside, and that will be a 4-pitch walk to Cade Kelly, the pinch hitter. And for the first time today, the Coyotes have the bases loaded. Commodores have had the bases loaded twice in this game. This will be the Coyotes' first opportunity. Down by 5 runs. Kyle Blevins 1 for 2 today. He'll take a first pitch strike. A fly out to second to Prosek, and then had a single into right center field that almost hit Ezekiel Rojas on the mound. And that one's going to be in for strike number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Coyotes trying to claw their way back into the game. Down by 5 runs, bases loaded. That one's outside for ball 1. Harden is on at third. Steele is on at second. Kelly, who pinched hit for Gavin Moran, is on at first. The leadoff hitter, Kyle Blevins, looking for a second base hit. And a good block right there from Rombles to even it up at 2 apiece. Tower Wave is on deck. Blevins looking for a multi-hit game. And Blevins hits this one into right field. Dropping for a base hit. 1-run score. Steele's going to be sent home. The throw is going to be cut off as Steele slides home safely and caught into a pickle right here is going to be Kelly. He'll be tagged out in between third and home, but it'll be a 2-run single for Kyle Blevins to cut the deficit to 3 for the Coyotes as we head to the 5th inning. Gulf Coast State up 8-5 here in Brewton.
Talk about, but I'm gonna get touched. Gotta keep it in their face, I don't take much. On the ball side, never take a pay cut. Roll over, give a on the wake up. Chris style 1K for the shape up. These try to count my pockets. Baby, with it, I keep on copping. 2020 by the Red Seas, little yacht inside. I put her on free, she wait for my call. I'm taking her down when this kid dissolved. Statue of Liberty standing there tall. Chasing her down, she went up the wall. I'm smoking boutique, the flavor's unique. 400 a juice, 100 a quarter. Shopping online, next they get the order. Chanel, her stroller, my 1-year-old daughter. A spaceship, thought they sink. Whole time, this a game. Whole time off. Don't tell them not love, but really didn't mean. I showed them for my setup line. Black and line, Frankenstein, sticky on me, porcupine. Out of sight, out of mind. I cannot apologize. Welcome and upload, happy vibe. Same on the until she knew that I see me. Talk concerned about the clutter, you gon' die by DVB. Play, you gon' get we sucker free, so ain't sweet. Don't put no K behind that. See what's on her face, you did see. Had the whack is regardless, give a fuck about no payment. Think we played off stump the yard, we steady stepping on the stepping. 20,000 in these pocket, these are mirrors, hold a 8. And I just left Toronto smoking dope, kicking with TJ. Fade or favor, let you live after you went and wrote a statement. I was lazy, I just cut you off, blocked you on all my pages. Cost my young his freedom, got on scuffling in them cages. Say your mama made you sneeze, but you the one who said them pages.
Welcome back here, top of the 5th inning. The Coyotes with back-to-back innings scoring 2 runs. They're only down by 3 as they turn to their 6th pitcher of the afternoon, as it will be number 14, Wyatt Tharp. The freshman right-handed pitcher, also playing in the outfield this season for the Coyotes, will be making his 4th appearance on the mound. Just over 2 innings of work. He's allowed 6 hits and 12 earned runs, as the first pitch will be a little ground ball to Nelson, but it looks like it's going to be a foul ball before Nelson has the play to first. And count will start out 0-1 to Brant Botcom. It'll be Botcom, Wombles, and Byers. Hitter 789, the batting order for the Commodores. With no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Tharp coming in, as this will be hit into deep center field. Going back is Harden back up all the way to the wall, and it's going to drop right behind him, as it is going to be extra bases here, as it will be a leadoff triple for Brant Botcom. As Harden had a chance to make the catch, lost sight of it, and luckily it did not go over the railing of the fence, and it'll be a leadoff triple to start this top of the 5th. For Brant Botcom, that'll be the first triple of the game for either side. Brings up Colton Wombles, who has 2 RBIs in this game. RBI sac fly and was walked with the bases loaded. No bat here with a runner on third, as Commodores trying to get back their big lead that they had going into the 3rd inning. Tharp delivers his first pitch, and it'll be downstairs for ball number 1. Botcom with his first triple of the season. That is right down Main Street for strike number 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. That'll be the second base hit of the game for Brant Botcom, with his triple into deep center field. Harden made a catch into center field that robbed a 3-run homer. Unable to do the same here in this 5th inning. That one's going to be upstairs. Counts to me even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wombles looking for his first base hit and tried to drive in his 3rd run of the game. He's up 2-1 in the count. And the 2-1 pitch. Beautiful pitch right there from Tharp. Coyotes were able to get their first 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 4th inning with Lee Rogers on the mound, with 2 strikeouts and a phenomenal play by Kyle Blevins at shortstop. Banks Byers is on deck. 2-2 now to Wombles. And Wombles rips one down the left field line, but it'll go foul. He's had a bunch of long at-bats today against the Coyotes pitching staff. Two and two the Wombles, with Brant Botcom on at third with a leadoff triple. Wombles hits another ground ball down the left field line as he'll go foul. Byers had a 2-run single. He's currently on deck. 11 base hits for the Commodores here today against the Coyotes pitching staff. Another 2-2 pitch. Going to be downstairs. Good block right there from Zane Steele behind the plate. Three and two. I believe this is the third straight at bat for Wombles that has gone full. 3-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. Very patient hitter. Keeps that bats alive here. Batting 8th in the batting order for the Commodores. And that was the 5th triple of the season for the Commodores so far through their first 14 games. 3-2 pitch from Tharp is going to be upstairs. Runners will be on the corners with no outs. As number 9 here, Bates Byers will get his third opportunity at the plate. A strikeout victim in the second, which ended the inning with runners on third and second. And then a 2-run single to left field to extend the lead for the Commodores. And now he's looking to do the same here. It's only a 3-run lead. Coyotes have battled their way back into the game as that first pitch. In and out of the glove of Zane Steele, and Steele lost his glove in the process. And that will result in a wild pitch scoring a run as number 9, Botcom, will come in the score, the 9th run of the game for the Commodores. And it'll be 9-5 as looks like we might be having a pitching change here for the Coyotes. Commodores scored 1 run in the second, 7 in the third inning. None in the fourth, and they've already scored 1 so far here in the 5th. Still no outs as Colton Wombles advances to second off the wild pitch. And Tharp having a quick conversation with his head coach after that wild pitch. Not the ideal start Coyotes were hoping to have here in the top of the 5th. A lot of scoring so far between these two teams. And it's going to come down to the bullpen, or actually for Commodores, they still have the starting pitcher they had from the beginning, Rojas, still on the mound. We'll see how much longer number 4, Ezekiel Rojas, will remain on the mound after 4 innings of work, allowing 5 runs. So they're going to keep Tharp on the mound. Coyotes will. As Byers will deal in here. Number 8, Jack Reynolds is on deck for Gulf Coast State. That pitch will miss downstairs. Four-run lead here for the Commodores, trying to add on. Byers looking for his third RBI of the game. As that pitch will sail upstairs. Good velocity there from Tharp. And it's going to be 3-0 actually for Gulf Coast State. So a 3-0 count. Nowhere to go here for Tharp, trying to avoid having another base runner on. So that one will be in for strike number 1. 3-1 now to Bates Byers playing in left field today. Off to a very shaky start for the left fielder. Misplaying a ball in left field that resulted in Coyotes' first run. Striking out with runners at third and second. But a 2-run single was last time up. 3-1 pitch is upstairs. And Byers will get a walk here. Runners at first and second still with no outs in the top of the 5th. And the top of the batting order up again here for Gulf Coast. 2 for 3 game here for the leadoff hitter, Jack Reynolds. A fly out into right field his first time up. And we do have a substitution over in right field. It was Gavin Moran. Or it was Reeves over in right field. Looks like it's going to be Cade Kelly coming in. As the first pitch is going to be upstairs for ball number 1. But Reynolds with a flyout in the right field in his first inning. Singled into right center field in the second inning. Came in around the score. RBI single into right center field back in that third inning. So that one will miss upstairs. It'll be 2-0 right now. Hitters count here for the very dangerous starting shortstop Jack Reynolds with number 23 Michael Gupton on deck. Reynolds looking for a 3-hit game here. And he won't even try it. That one as that pitch almost near his head. It'll be 3-0. Commodores have had the base loads twice so far in today's game. They're one pitch away from having the base load for a third time. 3-0 pitch. Upstairs. It'll be a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter Reynolds. And it brings up Michael Gupton, who's been on base all 3 times this afternoon. So third opportunity of the game for the Commodores with the bases loaded. Gupton with a double into left field. Back in the first inning, he was walked in the third and also was able to reach off an error by the shortstop Kyle Blevins. They check his swing there. And looks like it's going to be ball number 1 here to Gupton with number 25 Jeremy Ford on deck. And they're going to make sure that he didn't go around. And the infield umpire says he did not. Gupton with a golden opportunity. Upstairs, only 1 run has come in the score so far. Off a wild pitch thrown from Tharp. Was able to drive in Botcom. Gupton trying to do damage here on his 4th time around, looking for his second base hit. And nowhere to go here for Tharp. It was a 4-pitch walk to Jad Reynolds his last time up, and now Gupton with a 3-0 count here as the Commodores trying to get to double digits in runs. It's going to be upstairs. 8 straight misses from Tharp. And it'll be another run coming in the score. That'll be Wombles crossing the plate. And we're back to a 5-run lead here after Coyotes with a very successful 4th inning, scoring 2 runs. Tower Wade with an RBI single. And then Allen was able to drive in another run. But it'll be Jeremy Todd with the base loaded once again. First pitch is in for strike number 1. Todd with a ground out and a fly out so far for the Commodores. As that one will not connect, it'll be 1-1 now. Here to Jeremy Todd. Cole Horton, number 21, is on deck. 4th time around in the batting order for the Commodores here today. 1-1 here. It's going to be inside, 2-1 now for Tharp. So far in this game, Coyotes had to replace one of their pitchers that started an inning, which was Howard. That was back in the 7-run inning for the Commodores. That one will go downstairs, and Todd did not go around. It'll be 3-1, so another possible outcome here for the Commodores to have a walk with the base loaded. With a 10-5 lead, Jeremy Todd trying to extend the lead here for the Commodores. And he does it without even swinging. Another base loaded walk. Sends the lead to 11-5. And Cole Horton will step in. One RBI sat fly. A strikeout victim his last time up. Had a single, but he was thrown out second earlier in the game. So that pitch will go downstairs. Tharp still looking for his first out of this inning, as 3 runs have already come in the score for the Commodores, in a way where they've only had 1 base hit in this inning, which was the leadoff triple from Brant Botcom, who came in the score off a wild pitch. Where it looks like Coyotes were clawing their way back, and Commodores taking advantage of the pitching here in the 5th. Good looking pitch right there. That'll be in for a strike for Tharp, as Cole Horton with Drew Prosek on deck. Horton looking for another RBI today here against Coyotes pitching staff. He'll be downstairs 2-1 here. Don't believe Coyotes have anybody warming up in their bullpen. So it'll be Tharp here against Horton and possibly Prosek. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be upstairs. Another 3-1 count. The last 2 batters have been walked with the bases loaded to extend the lead. Another 3-1 pitch. Ground ball, and it's going to go off of the second baseman. Throw to first is in time. A run does come in the score, but the first out is recorded here in the top of the 5th, as it went off of Trevor Allen, and then Kyle Blevins was able to pick up the rebound and fire to first for out number 1. But it's going to be 12-5 Gulf Coast State here in the 5th. Runners now at third and second with 1 out. Brings up the catcher Drew Prosek. 2 walks and a strikeout today. He was walked on his first 2 plate appearances, as he flies one into shallow left center field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. The throw to third, not in time. It will be an RBI single for Drew Prosek, his first base hit of the game, after Sebastian Harden and the outfielder was unable to come up with the catch. And brings up Jacob Payne. There'll be runners on the corners with 1 out. Coyotes had a chance with a double play a couple moments ago, but only were able to get 1 out. 5 runs have come in the score here for Gulf Coast State, as this will be hit into center field. Harden has to back up, and he came in too early, and it's going to find its way all the way to right center field, and it's going to be 2 easy runs to come in the score here for the Commodores. It's a 2-run double for Jacob Payne. He has his 3rd hit of the game. And for the second time in this game, the Commodores have a 7-run inning. And they are up 15-5 over the Coyotes, with Brent Botcom up next to bat. Started this inning out with it. A leadoff triple came around the score. Botcom has a 2-hit game. He's also been hit by a pitch as well, as Sebastian Harden came in way too early, and it went over his head and finds its way to right center field. 2 runs come in score off the RBI double from Jacob Payne. Jacob Payne has himself a 3 RBI game. 2 singles and a double. And the designated hitter doing a phenomenal job. Zane Steele has no idea where the ball is at. This count will be 2-0 here to Botcom. Colton Wombles is on deck. Only 1 out has been recorded, and it was Blevins firing over to first at the redirection from Trevor Allen. Thorpe Tharp looking for another out. Might get it here as it's popped up, but it's going to find its way out of play over into a vacant area. It'll be 2-1 here for Tharp. Coyotes only trail by 3 runs heading into this top of the 5th. Best pitching performance so far today for Coyotes was Lee Rogers with a 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts and got a phenomenal play by Kyle Blevins to retire to Cy. 2-1 pitch. Hit down the left field line, but this will be foul to the left side of the third base bag. It'll be 2-2 here with 1 out. On deck is Colton Wombles, number 19. As that pitch will skip in the dirt. As Commodores have batted through their entire batting order here in the top of the 5th. They did the same in the top of the 3rd. Multiple walks in this inning. Top of the 5th. Chopper. Blevins has a play on this one as he'll flip over to first, and that is just out number 2 as Jacob Payne will advance to third. And it looks like we have a couple of substitutions or a couple of lineup changes as Kyle Blevins is now in right field and Cade Kelly in short. Cade Kelly's in left field for the Coyotes. First pitch popped up in the air by Wombles, and it'll go out of play. Count will start out 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. After a ground out to Botcom, this will be Wombles' second at bat of this inning, a walk on his previous. And Wombles fouls one down the left field line, 0-2. He's had a couple of long at bats in today's game. Byers, number 10, is on deck. Wombles still searching for his first base hit. He's been walked twice and also has an RBI sac fly. And that is going to be in for strike number 3 as Tharp with a strikeout to retire to Cy. But Gulf Coast State is now up by 10, 15-5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on JockJive.
Blake Smith.
And welcome back here. Bottom of the 5th inning, Commodores with a 10-run lead. And on the mound, after a very good performance, 4 strong innings from Ezekiel Rojas, it will be number 27, James Wilson, on the mound now for the Commodores. Tried to close the door as the first pitch will be outside for ball number 1. James Wilson, freshman right-handed pitcher, making his 3rd appearance on the mound. 3 innings of work. He's allowed 6 hits and 3 earned runs with just 1 strikeout on the year with a 9.0 ERA. As it will be number 1, Blake Smith on the mound, or at the batter's box now for the Coyotes. And that will be in for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike to freshman third baseman number 1, Blake Smith. This will be at bat number 10 on the year. No home runs, no RBIs yet. He has 1 base hit so far, a single. And he's up in the count 3-1 here to Flynn. As Coyotes try to draw themselves back into this one, down by 3 going into the top of the 5th. But another 7-run inning by the Commodores. This will be popped up into shallow right center field, and that'll be caught by Drew Prosett for out number 1. As it will be Zachary Moe on next bat, sophomore catcher. This will be at number 7 on the year. He has no hits so far, but has come in the store once so far for the Coyotes. As the Coyotes are emptying their bench, getting some playing time here, bottom of the 5th, down by 10 runs. As Bo will come in. Here against Flynn with 1 out. As that will be in for strike number 1. We'll take a look at the Division II realignment. As it'll be Wallace-Selma, LBW, Wallace-Dothan, Bishop State, Coastal North, Enterprise State, Bevel State. As this will be hit right back to the middle. It will be a base hit. The first base hit of the season for number 7, Zachary Moe. And comes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th for the Coyotes. So going back to Division II realignment, Marion Military and Central Alabama are also in Division II.
Now batting Luis Vicente.
Coast North with a couple of familiar faces in their Division II realignment, Wallace-Dothan being one of them, and Bishop State. So is Selma and LBW, but they now get to play against Bevel State, Central Alabama, and Marion Military on a consistent basis. As it will be number 23, Luis Vince, coming in now to bat with a runner on first with 1 out. As the first pitch connects, first strike number 1, the bottom right-hand corner of the zone. Three RBI so far for Ruiz. He has a runner on first trying to cut into the deficit. That pitch will be outside, 1-1. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for the Coyotes. Their next game will be on February 22nd versus Wallace-Selma. A doubleheader here at Bruton starting at 12 o'clock p.m. on JockJive. Foul tipped. As Wombles will toss it back to his pitcher. It'll be 1-1 here. And then Coyotes will go on the road this Saturday on February 24th at Wallace-Selma. Doubleheader also starting at 12 o'clock p.m. And then they'll have a home game on February 27th versus Pensacola Christian at 1 o'clock p.m. as that pitch is going to be way outside. Throw to first in the dirt. Counts going to be 2-2 here to Luis. But next home game will be February 22nd versus Wallace-Selma. The Patriots come to town. Doubleheader starting at 12 o'clock p.m. here in Bruton. It'll be games 3 and 4 on the season at home. And did he go? Looks like they might check his swing. He did not go. It'll be 3-2. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. A couple players for Coyotes getting an opportunity to bat here, down by 10. And the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be chopped foul, but it'll be a foul ball here. 3-2 remains the count with 1 out. A big Division II matchup coming up on Thursday, and then they'll conclude the 4-game series on Saturday at Wallace Community College in Selma. And the 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Good at bat here by Ruiz. Coyotes in this game. RBI double by Trent Nelson. Tyler Wave was able to notch an RBI. But Coyotes have hit into 2 double plays today against the Commodores. Good fielding on both sides, and that will be a 1-out walk. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter right here, number 28 coming in for the Coyotes. It'll be DJ Ergel coming in. Where's that first second? Looks like DJ Ergel was going to come out to bat. Umpire's a little bit confused on what's happening right now.
Now batting number 6, Brooks Hart.
So it'll be number 6 for Coyotes coming up. It'll be Brooks Hart coming in, freshman mid-infielder. So having that bat of the year, 1 RBI so far. He has 3 base hits, coming around and scored twice. He's got runners at first and second with 1 out. And he swings and misses. He'll be down to count 0-2. A little miscommunication on who is going to come up the bat for the Coyotes. But it'll be Brooks Hart, the freshman mid-infielder, come up. With a couple of pinch runners in front of him on base. 0-2 pitch is in for strike number 3. 3 pitches there, and it'll be a strikeout the first of the day for Flynn.
Now batting number 28, DJ Ergel.
And now it will be number 28, DJ Ergel coming up. Freshman catcher. This will be the 7th game he's appeared in this season for the Coyotes. He's got 2 base hits and a walk so far for Coastal North. As he'll bat in here, runners at first and second with 2 outs. Started this game with Rojas starting pitcher for Gulf Coast State, and he allowed 5 runs through 4 innings off of 6 base hits. And DJ Ergel saw 1 pitch, and he was nailed in the bat as he'll take first base, and the bases are loaded for the second time today for the Coyotes. After a wild pitch, hit DJ Ergel. And now we'll see who the Coyotes will bring up now to bat with the stats full with 2 outs. And it'll be Kobe Ridge, number 12, up next to bat for Coastal North. Kobe Ridge coming in, freshman first baseman / pitcher. This will be at bat number 5. He is hitless so far this year, but he will get an opportunity to bat here. Kobe Ridge, number 12, with the stats full with 2 outs. James Wilson trying to record 1 more out here, facing off against the freshman Riggs. And the first pitch will sail outside for ball number 1. Only 1 game on schedule today between the Commodores and the Coyotes. And the 1-0 pitch. Hit foul down the left field line. Good cut right there from Rids. Tell me even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Coyotes with just 7 hits in the game today. Commodores with 11 base hits. Each team with 1 error apiece. 1-1 pitch. That's outside, and Wombles with a good block there. 2-1. See if another pinch hitter is going to be used here for the Coyotes. Rids lets that one go in for strike number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here for Kobe Rids. Pinch hitters all inning long here for the Coyotes. 2-2 pitch. It's outside. And it'll be full count. Runners will be going here with 2 outs. James Wilson, just his 3rd appearance of the year, trying to complete his 4th inning of work. 3-2 pitch. And it hits on top of Rids and deflects out of play. And the base is loaded. It'll result in a run coming in the score, and it's 15-6, Commodores. And it'll bring up the designated hitter, Belser, who hit into a 3-6-1 double play and then also grounded out. He'll bat here with the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Pickoff attempt at third. It's in and out of the glove. And that will result in another run to come in the store for the Coyotes to cut the deficit to 8. Good base running there by the Coyotes, and they've scored 2 runs so far with 2 outs. Belser now has runners at third and second with 2 outs. And that pitch is inside, almost hit Belser. As Wilson having a tough time finding the strike zone here in the 5th inning. These Coyotes have made this interesting so far with their bench. 2-0 pitch. That'll connect in for a strike. 2-1. Belser is the only player that is batting in this inning that was in the starting 9. The rest of them have been pinch hitters, and they found a way to get on base. 2-1 pitch. There'll be a ground ball here to Reynolds. Reynolds goes up, fires the first. And that will end the 5th inning. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, 15-7 Commodores here in Brewton.
know you, and you know me, and we both know where this is gonna lead. You want me to say that I want you to stay, so you should probably leave. Yeah, you should probably leave. Like a devil on the shore, you keep whispering in my ear.
It'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order for the Commodores, as the Coyotes scored 2 runs in that bottom of the 5th inning. Commodores still with a comfortable lead, as it'll be Kobe Ridge, number 12, now on the mound. For Coastal North, delivers the first pitch strike. Kobe Ridge, freshman, right-handed pitcher, making his 4th appearance on the mound with over 2 innings of work. He's on 5 hits, 7 earned runs. Ground ball down the left field line. That is going to be a fair ball here for Bates Byers, and he is on his way to second. He might have a chance for third. And the throw to third will be cut off, as it's a leadoff triple for the second straight inning for the Commodores. This belonging to Bates Byers, our number 9 hitter. Well, there is multiple substitutions out in the field for the Coyotes. Not only Kobe Ridge now on the mound for Coastal North, but it looks like DJ Ergel will be behind the plate now for number 10, Zane Steele. Kyle Blevins will remain in right field. Zach Moe will be at first base for Coastal North, as that pitch swung on a miss from Jad Reynolds. As the Commodores are back to the top of their batting order once again. Reynolds with 2 hits, a walk, and a flyout so far. Commodores looking to regain a 10-run lead once again. That'll be in for a strike. 0-2 count start here to Jad Reynolds. Michael Gupton is on deck, as we have made it all the way to the 6th inning. 2 7-run innings for the Commodores so far in this game. That one's out. It'll be 1-2 here. As Ridge on the mound for the 4th time this season. And he is the 7th pitcher the Coyotes have thrown out there. Tharp was the one in the last inning. As this will be a comebacker right up the middle, as it'll find its way into left center field. RBI single for Jad Reynolds. Extends the lead 16-7. Jad Reynolds with a phenomenal game, a 3-hit performance. And he's got himself 2 RBIs tonight, or today I should say. 3 home runs and 14 RBIs now for Jad Reynolds. And he's got himself 18 base hits. Michael Gupton was walked with the bases loaded his last time up. And the first pitch will sail downstairs for ball number of the game. Started the game out with a 1-out double down into left field. He's been walked twice and reached first off an error by the shortstop. Ergel with a good block there, and it'll be 2-0 now. With number 25, Jeremy Todd, on deck. As this will be the 3rd batter of this inning for Kobe Ridge. 2-0 pitch. Connects for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Gupton playing in center field today. Hasn't had any action over in center field. However, not many flyouts. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be in for strike 2. Battling back is Kobe Ridge. 2-2 now. Cameron Belser is now at second base. He was a designated hitter for Coyotes. As it is 2-2 here to Gupton. Downstairs, another good block right there from Ergel. It'll be a full count here to Michael Gupton. Trying to get on base for the 5th time in this game with 2 walks. He sits in a double. And the 0-2 pitch from Ridge. Hit down the left field line. It's a fair ball as this one is going to go all the way into the corner. Extra bases once again for Michael Gupton. He's got his second double of the day. Runners now at third and second with still no outs here in the top of the sixth. And now will bring up number 25, Jeremy Todd. RBI ground out his last time up. As a goal and opportunity here, 16-7. Commodores up by 9. There'll be a quick word here between catcher and pitcher. Now 14 base hits for the Commodores as we reach the 6th inning. Cole Horton is on deck. There's not been any pinch hitters for the Commodores so far today. They've stuck with the original 9, and this is going to be another base hit that goes all the way into left center field. 2 runs will easily come in the score. It's a 2-run single for Jeremy Todd, and the Commodores are back up by double digits. And brings up Cole Horton. Still no outs here in this 6th inning after the 2-run single from Jeremy Todd. Horton having a decent day today. RBI, sac fly, and a single. He's also struck out as well as that pitch will be downstairs. Ertl with the block, keeping Todd over at first base. Well, Gulf Coast State, I don't think they were expecting to eclipse over 100 total runs as a team through their first 15 games, but here they are. As that will get away from Ertl, will go all the way to the backstop as that will be advancing the second as Jeremy Todd off a wild pitch. And that was the Commodores' 15th base hit. They had 119 hits coming into today's game, and they've only allowed 76 base hits through their first 14 games at 13-1 on the year. That'll be downstairs as well, 3-0 now to Cole Horton with Drew Prosek on deck. Horton with a ground out his last time up. Ridge looking for his first out here in the 6th. Won't get it there as that pitch is inside. Another base runner here. Runners at first and second with no outs. Drew Persett with an RBI single his last time up. 2 walks and a strikeout today. As he'll step in here against the Coyotes, 7th pitcher they've used so far in today's game. They've only had to replace 1 pitcher through an inning as the first pitch will be delivered in for strike number 1. Jacob Payne on deck for Gulf Coast State. This will be fouled straight into the dugout for Gulf Coast State. Set looking for his second base hit of the day. Starting second baseman, runners at first and second with no outs. That pitched another foul ball down the right field line. Count remain 0-2 here to the starting second baseman. And we do have some activity in the bullpen for Gulf Coast State. See if they go to the bullpen once again. They've only used 2 pitchers today. The Commodores have. Their starting pitcher that went 4 innings, which was Rojas. And they had James Wilson pitch in the 5th inning, giving up 2 runs to keep this game alive. One and 2 now to Prosek. And the 1-2 pitch It's going to be a ground ball. Bessler fumbles it at first. He'll fire to first, and an out is recorded. Runners will advance to third and second. Well, that's a big out, number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Bessler was able to stay in front of it and then fired it to first. Almost a wild throw trying to connect with his first baseman, Mo, but it'll be Jacob Payne, the designated hitter, who has a 3-hit game today with a ground out. 3 RBIs, runners at third and second. Pitch will be inside, ball 1. Brant Botcom on deck. Payne with 2 singles and a double. The last double came in the last inning. And I'll be in for strike number 1. All right, 3 runs have come in the score so far for the Commodores. They're looking for more. 1-1 pitch with 1 out. Downstairs, 2 and 1 out. Jacob Payne had 2 RBIs coming into today's game. He's already got 3 and only had 3 base hits coming into the game as well, as that is upstairs 3 and 1. First base is open. Commodores have combined for 15 base hits, and 2 of them have been triples. And both of them have been lead-off triples the last 2 innings for them. That will be a low strike right there to make it 3-2 to Jacob Payne. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another full count at bat here for the Commodores. Very patient team at the plate. Ridge looking for a strikeout. Pitch is going to be downstairs. Not deep enough to store the runner from third, but the bases are loaded once again for the Commodores. As they'll bring up Brant Botcom. A double and a single. He's also been hit by a pitch as well. Comes in with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Botcom with no RBIs so far. And actually that was a triple. He had a triple that led off the top of the 4th inning. Triple and a single, so he's halfway through the cycle. The only out was recorded was a ground out to Horton. Good looking pitch there that makes it 0-2. Colton Wombles on deck. Still no pinch hitters have been inserted into the game for Gulf Coast State. As this will be a ground ball, and this will find its way into left field. 1 run scores. And it's going to be a 2-run single for Brant Botcom. And the Commodores have reached 20 runs. To extend their lead to 13. As Wombles will come up, runners at first and second with 1 out. The hitting clinic continues for the Commodores. That one will miss downstairs for Kobe Ridge. No activity in the bullpen for Coastal North. A little bit of activity in the bullpen for the Commodores. Hit down the left field line, but this will be fouled. Five runs have already come and score here in the top of the 6th, as they are looking for their possibly 3rd inning in this game where they've scored 7 runs. They had 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and now possibly here in the 6th. That's going to be in for a strike. 1-2 here to Wombles. Byers was on deck, but they might be going to their bench for a pinch hitter. With a 13-run lead. Ridge with the pitch. Downstairs, good block right there from Ergel. 2-2 now. Do have a score update in softball as East Central defeats Coastal Alabama North 9-4 in game number 1. So it's a doubleheader in softball today as it's a full count once again to Wombles. 3-2 now. Third base is open. Three-two pitch. Going to be downstairs, and the bases are loaded once again for the Commodores. A lot of base hits, a lot of walks today for the Commodores offense. No substitution on the mound. And it will be Bates Byers coming up, but it might be a pinch hitter. No, it'll be Byers coming up next to bat, number 9 hitter for the Commodores. Can't complain about the weather today here in Brewton. Glorious day here at the Coastal Alabama Community College. Count will start out 0-1 here for Rids against Byers. Byers with a 2-hit game, a 2-run single early on, struck out Vittum back in the second. That pitch is going to be inside. It'll make it 1-1. And it looks like we have our first pinch hitter of the day for the Commodores on deck. It was going to be Jack Reynolds up next to bat, but it'll be number 24, Colton Mace, up next to bat for Gulf Coast State. So that one's going to be downstairs. It'll be 2-1 now. Colton Mace on deck. He's got 1 home run and 7 RBIs. He'll be the first pinch hitter of the game, and it comes in the 6th. Right after this at bat from Byers, unless Byers hits a double play. 2-1 pitch. Connects for strike number 2. The only out was a ground out for Cole Horton to the second baseman Belser, who was the designated hitter to start the game. 2-2 pitch. Byers flies one to deep left field, and it's going to be a grand slam for the number 9 hitter, Bates Byers. And the first home run of the game draws 4 runs. It's 24-7. Gulf Coast State here in the 6th. We had 20 runs before for Gulf Coast State, but that is the first home run as it's a fly ball into left field, a grand slam for Bates Byers. And that'll be his first home run of the season. What a great game for number 9 hitter as he extends the lead once again. And it brings up Colton Mace. He's played in 10 games so far. This will be about number 30 on the year. 1 home run, 7 RBIs. He has 7 base hits. And only 1 extra base hit, which was his first home run of the year. As he'll come in with the bases empty with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And as the most runs the Commodores have scored in an inning today, 9 runs. They've had 2 7-run innings so far, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th inning. 1-0 pitch. That'll be in for a strike. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike here to Colton Mace. Freshman outfielder, again his first taste of this game. Michael Gupton, the scheduled number 2 hitter, is on deck. This will be flied down the left field line. This will go into foul territory and drop foul. To make it 1-2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A 24-run score by Gulf Coast State. They only scored 1 run combined through the first 2 innings. And then the offense started to compile hit after hit and multiple base runners to push the lead here against the Coyotes. 1-2 pitches outside. It'll be 2-2 now. And Byers, if he does get another at bat, as this will be popped up down the right field line in foul territory. Mo's there to make the catch for out number 2. And it'll bring up Michael Gupton. So Gupton will come up here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. That pitch will sail upstairs. It'll be 1-0. Kobe Rids delivers a 1-0 pitch. The Gupton go. It doesn't look like he did, as the pitch will skip away from DJ Ergel. Gupton in a good situation here. Jeremy Ford is scheduled next to hit. It looks like he will get an opportunity to hit. He'll be a chopper here to short. Takes a high bounce. The throw to first will not be in time, and it'll be another base hit here for Gupton. His first non-double of the day. Two outs here. Runner on first. Jeremy Ford up next, or Jeremy Todd up next to bat. 2-run double, or 2-run single his last time up. He's got 3 RBIs today for the Commodores. 1-0 pitch. Will connect for strike number 1. A pop out to Colton Mace and a ground out to Cole Horton is the only outs of this inning in the top of the 6th. 1-1 pitch. Barely getting a piece of that, but it'll just go foul. It'll be 1-2. After Todd barely gets a piece of it. Kobe Ridge 1 more strike away from sending this game to the bottom of the 6th. And we'll see who the Commodores will throw out on the mound in the bottom half of the 6th inning to close it out. One-two pitch here. Outside, it'll be 2-2. Two and two here with 2 outs. Here for Kobe Ridge, trying to retire the side. And has ripped line drive catch. 2 retired to side at third base. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, Gulf Coast State is up 24-7 here in Brewton. And welcome back here to the bottom of the sixth. Gulf Coast State with a 24-7 lead over the hometown Coastal Alabama North Coyotes. Cade Kelly back in for his second at bat. Shows bunt, draws the bat. He'll be in for ball number 1. New pitcher on the mound will be number 11, Ryan Apaliski. Freshman left-hand pitcher making his third appearance on the mound. 3 innings of work, 1 hit allowed, 1 earned run. 6 strikeouts to 3 walks. And he's down the count 2-0 here to Cade Kelly. 3.0 ERA. So Ryan Apaliski coming in now for the Commodores. And he delivers his first strike since being on the mound. Third pitcher used today by the Commodores. Started out with Ezekiel Rojas, their right-handed pitcher ace. He's a freshman, too. Pitching the most so far. Went 4 innings, allowing 5 runs. And they had number 27, James Wilson, on the mound the last inning, giving up 2 runs. So that'll be fouled off there by Kelly and make it 3-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. As James Wilson allowing 2 runs. Had a couple batters with the bases loaded. Coyotes trying to make the most of the playing opportunity on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Brewton, Alabama. 3-2 pitch here to Kelly. And he hits this one into deep center field. Going back as the center fielder run out real estate, but he's able to make the catch at the wall for a deep out number 1. Kelly will go back to the dugout. Strong contact right there, as it'll be number 13 coming up next for the Coyotes. And it'll be number 13, Kyle Blevins. Blevins with a base hit so far today, a single. Swings and misses on the very first pitch, the leadoff hitter for the Coyotes. And Blevins this season with 5 RBIs on the year. And he's down the count 0-2 with 1 out. Coyotes, a little bit of offensive showing in today's game. They've had 3 innings where they've scored at least 2 runs. That one will miss out. It'll be 1-2. For Palitsky trying to put the finishing touches on a dominant performance by the Commodores. 1-2 pitch. Hit right back to him. And he'll fire over to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. As it'll bring up number 1, Blake Smith. He was the very first pinch hitter to come in that bottom of the 5th inning. He's able to get on base. And with 2 outs, he'll bat here with the bases empty. And he hits a ground ball too short. The throw to first is in time. And that will officially end the game due to the mercy rule. 3 up, 3 down. We haven't seen many of that so far in today's game. And that is final. 24-7, Gulf Coast State with a dominant victory as they will advance to 14-1 under head coach Tyler Yunder. As they continue their dominant play, they've won 9 of their last 10 games, made that 10 of their last 11 games. Coyotes will drop to 3-8 in non-conference play. They'll go to 0-2 at home to start the year, but still a long way to go. But our next telecast will be on February 22nd. As the Coyotes will face off against Wallace-Selma, doubleheader starting at 12 o'clock p.m. So we hope to see you on JockJive for that one. Well, for today, I'm Dallas Rinsey with the call. 24-7. Gulf Coast State with a dominant victory over the Coyotes from Coastal Alabama North.